And we welcome you back from the break. Danielle and I are here with Zoe Holzknecht from Dryer Vent Wizard, and we've been talking a little bit about dryer vents and the importance of maintaining those. And so, Zoe, I just had a few more questions for you. For homeowners, what kind of a cost is there to have you just come out and take a look at the dryer vent?
So an inspection is between $59 and $79, and that we always do the same thing. We take all the airflow measurements. We take a look in the attic space if there is one. We find the termination, whether it's on the roof or the sidewall. We look at that transition, that hose behind the dryer. We'll take a peek inside the dryer, see if there's a lint problem in there.
And then if someone does have something that's, we'll say a red flag, maybe it's not, the inspection led you to more questions. What kind of repairs might they be looking at, and what is that, the cost, just a general range of kind of the kinds of things that you run into typically here in Tucson?
So one of the most typical things is that transition hose right behind the dryer, that it's made out of unsafe material that's not smoke resistant or flame resistant, and if a fire starts there, it's going to spread really quickly. So that's between $87 and $119 to take care of something like that.
Okay.
We see clogs on the roof, and that is between $59, $79, depending on what it is. If there's a cleaning involved, we're going to go ahead and take care of that anyway. Sometimes the vent, we catch it where the vent still looks pretty good, but there is a clog at the exit point. So we don't want to charge for a whole cleaning just to do something, a little simpler. So.
And that's kind of defying gravity a little bit, right? You're trying to push this kind of moist lint uphill, and I don't even know, 2-story houses, I'm sure the same kind of thing. And so you are defying gravity, and it is certainly not designed for efficiency, I guess, when you're going up.
Correct. And that's a change in sort of general home building, home design, where they used to be designed where a laundry room was on an external wall. It was real safe, a real short run to get the lint and everything out. But now with laundry rooms being in the middle of a house, usually it's much less safe. It's more convenient for a homeowner. They can use the exterior walls for windows and rooms like that. But
we used to throw them on the back porch, right? Those older homes.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you get laundry, and then you're lucky if it's in an enclosed space, and even luckier if you don't have to go outside. So yeah, you're right. We have definitely changed the way that we use our homes, and it makes perfect sense that people do want windows and design features rather than looking at their laundry.
Well, and with the amount of laundry that I feel like I do, having 2 kids, I feel like, oh my gosh, it never stops. Every single day doing laundry. What kind of a time frame should someone expect for having the inspection done and making sure that there aren't problems in the future?
So the recommendations are have it cleaned once a year, at least have it checked once a year. In situations where there's a large family or lots of fluffy pets, then sometimes you might want to get it checked once every 6 months. You do it, a year at time 0, and then time 1 year. That'll give you a really good indication of whether you need to do it sooner or not. But for most people, it's 1 year.
Okay, that makes sense, depending on the use. I'm just going to say 1 Raymond is equal to 2 children. That man goes through more laundry than anyone I know, because if you're out golfing, you have to come home and shower and change clothes. And I do more laundry.
I'm going to say Bethany is going to beat that, because she changes her outfit like 4 times a day.
Okay.
She just needs a new dress or something 4 times a day. But
she's only almost 5. So we're talking, that's a little amount of clothes. I'm sorry, but I don't know. Raymond wins.
Okay, probably. So does the age of your dryer impact, obviously it's going to impact how well it works, depending, the quality of the dryer, if you have a nice one versus not.
Those nice 1970s gold refrigerators had a lifespan of forever, right? And the
Yeah.
newer appliances don't have that same lifespan. That's a great question.
So currently, the lifespan of a dryer now is about 7 to 13 years. If you have a problem with your vent, you can cut that down in half. If it's taking you 2 cycles, your dryer may only last, 5 to 7 years. And we did have a homeowner that called us because his last dryer only worked for 4 years, and he got his new one, started it up, still wasn't working any better. We went in his attic and we found that his vent didn't actually go to the hole in the roof where it was supposed to. It went right up to the roof, the plywood of the roof. There was no hole. And so the whole 20 years he'd lived in that house, the dryer vent was just getting packed further and further and further with vent. It was just solid lint by the time he called us.
Not a great insulative factor, I would think.
No. Again, that's just a dangerous situation that can be avoided.
Right. So what kind of energy cost is there to having that as well?
So if you use an electric dryer in Tucson, it's about $360 to $500 a year you can waste if you're doing 2 cycles to dry one load. And then again, with the gas dryers, the cost isn't really the big thing, but it's the carbon monoxide that's not exiting your home.
So well worth the cost of an inspection to make sure that everything is running well. And it's been a great education for us today. So thank you so much for being here. The website. Oh, you have another question?
I was just going to say that I think that since we're still in our inspection period, Rory T-Rex might need to have the dryers looked at in this transaction. I mean, we've got a few days left in the inspection period.
Excellent. I would love to be part of that.
That has been such a fun thing. And I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Danielle's videos online, you have to check her out. It's Danielle Johnson. Are you at Danielle at Indy?
At Danielle Indy Realty.
Yeah, take a look at them because they are actually done very well for someone who's not in the production business.
You can find them as well, and some Dinovember ideas on some of what our dinosaurs are doing at #Dinovember with Danielle.
All right. So does Danielle need to go on the website and put in her request, or
I think Rory T-Rex needs to figure out how to type with those claws.
Well, there you go. You'll have an update from Zoe on Rory T-Rex's home purchase, and we'll see how that dryer vent's doing.
Awesome.